Hey everyone, welcome back to my latest trapping video. Today we'll be showcasing some clips from Kenobi YouTube. Again, if you guys want to submit clips for my YouTube channel, just add me online. I will leave it in the description down below. And again, if you want to know Kenobi's YouTube channel, I will also leave it in the description down below. So if you want to submit your clip, all you gotta do is add me online. My line is Predatorxvx. Like I said, description down below. Go add me, send me the clip, make sure it is uploaded to YouTube. I will just download it off YouTube. It's pretty easy for me that way. Do not just send me a video online. Again, those are 360p, don't work out too well. So anyways, we will get into today's video. So Kenobi YouTube's, or it's called Rein Trap, is going to be taking 3 rallies in today's video. The rally leads are amazing, but again, he is a free-to-play trap. You probably don't want to be taking really good rally leads on a 250 mite free-to-play trap. It won't work out too well for you. So anyways, his guildmates are reinforcing him. He is asking for infantry reinforcements, so he's an infantry reinforcement trap. So what is an infantry reinforcement trap? It's basically a trap that doesn't have a tier 2 front line. It will have a tier 4 front line, and you will ask for tier 4 reinforcements in that front line. So what happens then is if someone hits you in that front line, it does share the injured across your whole guild and not just yourself. So it basically increases your infirmary space. So normally, let's say you have 600,000 infirmary space. Now you have almost 1.2 million infirmary space with your guildmates, or even more depending on how much damage you actually take, because your guildmates will basically be taking half the damage and you'll be taking half the damage. That's kind of how it gets spread out, and then that obviously gets spread around a bunch of your guildmates. The only drawback to, or there's 2 drawbacks to being a reinforcement trap over a rally trap. Oh, sorry, the first rally's coming in right now. They did end up setting range on the first rally. I'll get back into the drawbacks on that in a couple seconds, but they sent a full range rally against him. So right off the start, you'll see these rally leads are not the smartest or not the most, let's say, experienced rally leads, even though they do have decent gear. At least this one has decent gear, has 5 familiars, no pack 5 familiars, but you can see here, this guy sent full range. The thing about full range is it automatically makes you go into infantry phalanx. So if you send full range, you're automatically countering yourself, because the other, oh, actually, it says, yeah, he's got decent gear too, so he's not like bad gear or anything like that. He's got mythic and gold, so it doesn't get too much better than unless you have full mythic there. He had 5 familiar slots. He's got what's called gold cups, so not too bad, but you can see how little damage he actually did to the reinforcement trap. Most of that, again, was from him only sending range, because like I said, when range is the only thing sent in a rally, it automatically makes the person you're hitting go into infantry phalanx, so you are countering yourself. Also, not just that, the infantry and everything will run out all the way up to right in front of your range, so they don't even have to basically do that long run up to get to your range like it normally would. They literally start the battle in front of your range and start doing damage, so you instantly get hit. So if you're a rally lead, do not send a full range rally unless for whatever reason you want to put them into infantry phalanx. That's the only thing. Again, you can, that might be a good thing to do if, let's say, it's a 2 type and they have, let's say, range and what's called cav, and you want them in infantry phalanx. That's good, but otherwise don't do that. So anyway, so the second rally will be coming in. We'll see how good this rally lead was. The first one obviously messed up his squads and stuff like that. Had decent gear though, but ended up doing very little damage to our rain trap, our 250 mil rain trap. So our rain trap's going to be switching to the war gear here. Again, I think they're going to mostly just sit in the rain, because as a rain trap, you can do that. If you're going against a really strong opponent, I would not suggest doing that, because the full counter can hurt quite a bit if the person is strong. So if in this situation he is a infantry rain trap, someone says cav, I would not suggest taking it in your infantry unless the guy is pretty weak. So we'll see what's going to happen on this next rally. They are speeding up their troops right now, so our trap is going to throw in his war gear very quickly here, and then he's basically going to see what they're going to be sending. So hopefully this guy guy isn't too strong. So let's take a look here. He still hasn't switched. I guess they're taking a while to actually fill up the rally. The fillers were a little bit slow there. So he is in his war gear here. He really doesn't have to hide his war gear since he is a free-to-play trap. His gear is not crazy strong. It's probably not something people get scared of. So the rally's coming in here. It was a cav rally. He went into infantry wedge. What infantry wedge does is once your first 2 squads get taken out, usually it'll switch to the next thing, which would be range in this situation, but that wasn't the case here because he has about 2 million in his front line. They would have to take about 1 million before they would actually switch over to the range. If you guys are wondering why he went into wedge there instead of just taking in Phalanx, that is the reason. So yeah, again, this guy's gear, not quite as good. So thankfully so, because he did take a full counter there into his tier 4, and that could hurt. So thankfully, it was not a strong rally lead, only did about 700k damage, and he walked away pretty fine. The only problem was, since he's a free-to-play trap, he's actually out of gold, so he's going to have a hard time healing before the next rally. So let's go back into it again. He does not have enough gold to heal this, so he can't even heal his troops. He will have to ask his guild for some resources to heal this rally. So again, back to why rain traps are bad. So the first thing is usually you don't have as many troops in your rain as you would in your other phalanxes. So let's say someone does send a range blast at you, someone who has a proper range blast, there's a better chance they're going to walk back than, let's say, if they sent a cav which full counters you, just because you do not have very many troops in your range. So usually you have this guy, Kenobi, for example, has 1 million tier 4 infantry, where he has about 5 million troops in his other ones. He only has 1 million in his infantry. So even if he full counters them, they have a better chance of walking back. The way to counter this would be have like 3 million tier 4 infantry in your front line. That will reduce the chances of them walking back on you, but that's the only thing. The second thing is if they blackwing, guess what? They are killing pure tier 4. So they're not just killing your tier 4, they're also killing your guildmates tier 4, and you might feel a little bad about that because guess what? It can get pretty nasty if there is a full counter in a blackwing on your rain trap and all of a sudden there is 3 or 4 million or 2 to 3 million dead tier 4 troops. Your guildmates are not happy, you're not happy, and you're basically done trapping until you can rebuild your front line. So that is the risk you take if you're going rain trap. Otherwise, rain traps are an easy way to keep low might. That's one of the positives. You have bigger infirmaries, like I said. That's a positive. And let's say, basically, yeah, the healing costs are a little bit more because you have a tier 4 frontline. So those are kind of the pros and cons of a rain trap. So keep that in mind if you want to build a rain trap like you see in today's video. There are some good pros, but there also are some cons that can come back to bite you afterwards. So especially nowadays with counter research and all that. If you don't have counter research on your rain trap, it might not be the best thing to do. If you have counter research, it does actually help you quite a bit in a rain trap. So keep in mind, rain traps do like to have counter research on them if you can actually get that on your trap. So anyways, so the next rally is going to be coming in. Unfortunately, he still has not healed, so he's trying to desperately heal in the background here. So Kenobi is trying to get some gold and stuff so he can heal. Unfortunately, like I said, he didn't have any in his bags. That is the downside of being free to play. A lot of times you do run out of resources, you don't have them in your bags, you don't really have a way to get them unless people send you them or you buy them through the game, sort of thing. So anyway, so they are sending him, he's slowly healing. Unfortunately, he will not get fully healed, so his infirmaries will not be empty. So he's kind of doing two things right now, watching to see the timer. The coalition is coming in, so it is infantry. He does have the counter here, but he's not going to counter because he's an infantry rain trap, so he's just going to stay in infantry. Unfortunately, in this situation, I probably would go for the counter because I'd rather lose the tier 2 since I can't empty my infirmaries than lose my tier 4, but that is up to him at that point. Again, there is kind of pros and cons, like I said. Some of his guildmates will be taking some of the losses here as well, so it will technically increase his or decrease his losses, but he just doesn't have enough to actually heal here, so yeah. that is, like I said, that's one of the drawbacks. So the rally has hit. We'll see how many he actually lost here. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. It wasn't a full counter, so shouldn't be too bad. So 600k total, but he lost 120k tier 4. Unfortunately, those are dead tier 4s, but if he switched to his other thing, he would have had a lot more tier 2 losses, so that is also the drawback. So yeah, so you can see he ended up losing some, but let's take a look at the rally lead here. Thankfully, he also wasn't crazy strong either. Again, the first rally lead seemed to be the strongest one out of all of them. Fortunately for our trap here, he was kind of stupid and didn't set up a proper blast. And unfortunately for them, they really didn't do too much damage. So anyways, that was the end of the video. Shout out to Kenobi for capping those 3 rallies. Again, if you're in a smaller kingdom, you can find leads like this. If you're in an open kingdom, you're not going to find leads like this. So keep that in mind. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I will have some more videos coming out this week. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.